How about you? What's your sexuality currently? Because that's always a good clip. I ask people like, how gay are you right now on a scale from 1 to 10? What would you say?
Yeah, we'd love to see that.
I'm like a 2.
A 2 on the gay scale?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because like I recently, this is like kind of the first time publicly, I guess.
Okay.
But I do identify as bi.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wait, this is right now?
Yeah.
This is right now?
Uh-huh.
This is right now. We got the clip. We got the motherfucking clip,
Join
guys. That's all
us.
we want. Let's
Yeah.
go. Okay. Okay.
Like it's the type of thing where I don't really, I identify as that, but I don't know how much I relate to the queer community. So
Yeah.
everywhere else other than,
That's it. Riley's like, okay, no, it is scary. It is scary how similar you guys are.
really?
Like,
You guys definitely have
absolutely
similarities.
scary. You guys are like the same. Yeah, you guys are exactly the same person. Because Riley said the exact same thing. Yeah, Riley, jump on in
Riley's
this.
back.
Say something.
So
Say something, right?
So for me, how I've recently identified is because I was afraid with social media being social media and how
Yeah.
like crystal clear you want to be so that you're not whatever leading people on in
Yeah,
some capacity.
100%.
I was always afraid of like
The opposite of me. Being like super mysterious.
Oh my
Literally.
God, being
I'm
like, yes.
I always say no labels. I'm European. Yeah. You know?
yeah, and I always want to be super
No, no.
specific. And bi was technically correct because
Right. Yeah.
I'm attracted to people who are non-binary, which automatically just that alone makes you, more than one gender.
Yeah.
But also like in certain circumstances, like a trans man, I could potentially whatever.
Yeah.
But I didn't want to say bi because I didn't relate to it as much, or it would be misleading to people if I say bi. A lot of
Yeah.
cis men are going to be like,
It is a hard label. Like, I think that if I were to say that I'm bisexual or anyone else would, I'd probably assume like that means that they're
It has
equally into
implications,
both.
right?
But
Well-
I think that you saying like you're queer or like, you're pan or whatever, or not labeling it because it's your life.
Yeah.
And you don't need to put a label on it. I
That's
think
true.
that if people are asking me, they'll say, "Oh, I'm pan or I'm bi," and that works for me. But I don't
Well,
know.
because
Also,
also
people's
as a-
sexualities changed.
So I settled on femsexual because it's
Yeah.
more femininity that I'm attracted to in a person than necessarily like gender presentation, assigned at
100%.
birth, whatever it was. But I have the same thing where like technically, yes, I am queer and
Yeah.
but I've never I don't have a presentation that I have ever been discriminated against. I've never gone through a lot of these struggles that a lot
Yeah.
of people in the LGBT community have, and so
Absolutely.
I don't feel in this weird spot of like
Sure,
I don't
get that,
necessarily want to claim the umbrella for myself, but
Yeah.
I also definitely don't want to be under the straight umbrella.
But it's important
Dude,
to
so-
to dive into the like whatever you're experiencing too, just because you haven't been like discriminated against for like, the way that you perceive your sexuality. Like that doesn't invalidate it. That you don't need to like be harassed to be like a person who experiences this too.
Yeah.
So I think that that's awesome that like you found something that fits you. Again, it just goes into like what makes you feel comfortable, because at the end of the day, like we're all very privileged. It's important to remember that we live in Los Angeles,
Sure.
because as soon as I
I
leave,
forget that
to-
sometimes.
and I do
really
too,
do
but
the
it's
bubble we're
important
in.
to
100%.
ground yourself in the fact that we can all go around here and say that like I feel very accepted in my sexuality here.
Yeah.
And hopefully you guys do too. But when I leave Los Angeles, it's not going to be the same.